The latest Jailbreak season gave us not just one, but two vehicles as season prizes. But how good are these vehicles compared to the 15 other season vehicles that already exist? That's what I'm going to look at in this video, where I rank all 17 season vehicles from worst to best. Now remember, I'm not just ranking these vehicles based on their speed. If that were the case, then the Torpedo would be in first place, but I don't think the Torpedo is the best, not by a long shot. So that's not how I'm ranking them. Instead, I'm factoring in how good the vehicles look, how good are their acceleration and top speed, and how much I find myself using them in general. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started. In last place, we have the R8. I've never really been a big fan of this vehicle. I think it looks way too basic, even for the standards at which it was added. The stats are alright, but nothing too special. And overall, I just don't think this vehicle is very good. So I guess at the time it was added, it was alright, but now I don't have many good things to say about it. Then we have the Raptor. I like pickup trucks a lot. I live in Texas, so I see them all the time. And in fact, I actually drive one to school every day. So I have a little bit of a soft spot for this vehicle. That generosity aside, I also don't really care too much for it. It's fine, it's not terrible, it's just a bit too slow, and if I'm gonna play with like a ton of people, then the monster truck is a lot more fun to use. I genuinely can't remember the last time I used this vehicle for normal gameplay. Every time I've spawned it in over the past couple of years has been for a video. Up next is the crew capsule. In general, I think this vehicle is aggressively mediocre. The stats are not very good at all. However, I still do have some use for it, as I find it a really good vehicle to escape cops, as it's really hard to shoot down and it's hard to get your handcuffs to eject somebody from it. Therefore, I don't think it's very good in stats at all. However, I do find some use for it, so that pulls it slightly above the other two vehicles here. Then we have the Jackrabbit. And I should clarify, there is a little bit of a jump in quality between the crew capsule and the Jackrabbit. The Jackrabbit is a perfectly fine jailbreak vehicle. However, in my mind, it's one of the more forgettable season prizes. It's not bad, it has pretty good stats, and it looks really good. I'm just never ever compelled to use it. Therefore, I don't really have many concrete thoughts on it. It's just kind of a mid vehicle. Then we have the Mini Camaro. This vehicle is an absolute blast. It's so much fun to zip around the city or other small spaces with this vehicle. It's even useful as a cop if you're in the city, as you can easily pit maneuver people with it. Besides these two factors, it's not that good. It's a unique car, as it's a downscaled version of a previous one, but stats wise, it's not that good. Then we have the Icebreaker. I used to like this vehicle a lot. I still think it's pretty good, but I don't like it quite as much. It's like a mid-tier version of the concept car in my mind. It has pretty good acceleration, but not as good as I would like, and the top speed is alright, but nothing too special. It seats 4 people, so this is a good vehicle for teams if you can't afford the concepts, but if you're like me and you do own the concept, then you'll never find yourself compelled to use this vehicle. After that, we have the Banana Car. This is a wonderfully wacky vehicle. It's so unique, and it's actually pretty fun to drive due to its slippery nature. Now, if you peel back its origins, it's not that impressive to me, as I don't really recognize the source material. However, this vehicle certainly doesn't slip from my mind. It's super unique and definitely a fun time. However, it's not the most appealing to me, so I don't find myself using it very much. However, I do respect it a little bit more now. Up next, we have the Bloxy. I actually found this vehicle to be a really pleasant surprise. I was not expecting it to be very good at all. I thought it would be pretty mid, but it turned out that it actually has pretty good stats, and I think it's pretty fun to drive. I really love the look of the vehicle, as I'm a big fan of Legos IRL, so it was cool seeing a Lego car translated into Jailbreak, and I think Sharky Cat did a really good job. It's not the best vehicle you're gonna find, but it's not bad either, so I certainly have a fun time driving it around every now and then. Then we have the Rattler. I've always really liked this vehicle. It looks super awesome. I love the flame effects it has, and the stats were pretty good. However, recently the stats got buffed, so now it's even better, and I like this vehicle even more. It's just a really cool car. Then we have the Macaron. This vehicle looks incredible. Dai did an amazing job designing this vehicle. Stats wise, this vehicle is also really respectable. While it's on the lower end of supercars, in no way does this make this a bad car. However, it is a little bit too slow for my liking. The acceleration is not very good. It's comparable to the Veyron, and I don't really like the Veyron that much. So I think this vehicle is really good, just not great. Then we have the Beam Hybrid. This is genuinely one of the best looking vehicles Jailbreak has. It's so well modeled, it has so much detail in it. The interior is just really well put together. Stats wise, it's also really solid. It's not the greatest in terms of stats, but it's not terrible either. I just really like how well this vehicle is put together, and the fact that it's so rare makes it a nice sighting if you spot somebody else using it.
But easily coming in first place, we have the Torpedo. There's nothing bad you can say about this vehicle at all. It is simply amazing. I'd give all of my organs for it. I'd sell my family. I'd do anything just so I can obtain this vehicle. The top speed is just so magnificent. It's so cool and so worthy of admiration, even though you're never going to reach it 99.9% of the time. And even though the design is absolutely terrible and it looks like a soap bar, the Torpedo is beyond such things. The Torpedo is love. The Torpedo is life. You must submit. You must sacrifice everything to obtain this vehicle.
Seriously, bro, you Torpedo stands are crazy. The vehicle is good, it's just not that good, okay? Calm down. Then we have the Celsior. When this vehicle was first added, I instantly fell in love with it, and after I obtained it, I became an even bigger fan. I really liked how, for a spawnable vehicle, it was really cool, as it was able to hover, making it hard for cops to catch you. It has a really good speed. In fact, it's faster than the UFO and the Little Bird, which cost a lot of J-Bucks to buy. And the futuristic model from Sharky Cat is really cool. However, in the July update, something happened to this vehicle which made me like it a teensy bit less. You see, now with some textures, the second body color does not work at all. You see here when I put on my beautiful blue pixel texture, what happens to the second body color? It's completely messed up and it messes up my customization. Therefore, this holds the vehicle back quite a bit for me, as I can't make the best use of my beautiful vehicle customizations. I really want Asimo and Badcc to fix this, as this really holds me back from enjoying this vehicle to its fullest potential. Then we have the Volt 4x4. Ever since this vehicle was added, I've always really loved it, but now I like it even more after a recent update. Back in July, the vehicle was buffed to have a better launch, so now it's a much better vehicle to use. Originally, it was kind of slow to start up, but now it has a pretty good launching speed, so I like it even better. It also has a really good top speed at around 215 miles per hour, and it looks amazing in my opinion. Then we have the Batmobile. I've always really loved this vehicle ever since I first obtained it back in 2018. However, in the recent July update, it only got better. The vehicle was adjusted to have a new overdrive ability, making this vehicle even better. Overall, I really love this vehicle, and whatever complaints I did have been resolved due to a recent July update, so that's why it comes in third place. For our penultimate season vehicle, we have the Bugatti Bolide. This vehicle is the best of all worlds. Not only does it look really good, but it's also really fast in terms of top speed. It has really good acceleration, and it's one of the easier vehicles to control in terms of handling. To me, this is the perfect season vehicle, as it adequately satisfies all the categories required. But easily coming in first place, without a doubt, is the Mini Cooper. The might of this vehicle transcends any words from our pitiful vocabulary. The Mini Cooper is majestic. It's awe-inspiring. If you own the Mini Cooper, there's no need to own any other vehicle. This vehicle is the peak of Jailbreak performance. Not only does it look flawless, but as you can see here, the speed is simply unmatched. This vehicle is the peak of Jailbreak, so that's why it comes in number 1. And that's going to conclude my ranking of every season vehicle from Jailbreak. What do you think? Which one is your favorite? Make sure to tell me in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more jailbreak rankings, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also consider following my Twitter and joining my Discord server, linked in the description below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and have a good day.